You intrigue me, Wolf-Kissed.
In the mountains.
Orphan and sibling.
Images of Eivor.
Warrior and poet.
He kisses a woman.
You are many in one, it seems.
A Norse town.
Eivor!
Sigurd! I missed you, brother.
Randvi, your husband returns, bringing gifts and riches to share.
And new friends, I see.
A dark-haired man removes his hood. A great hall.
We cannot stay in Norway, not without fueling more war. So we push forward.
At night on a dock.
A new kingdom awaits.
Eivor and Sigurd.
From here to Valhalla, I will always be on your side, Sigurd.
They face northern lights.
Always.
Now, lightning strikes around Viking longships traversing a raging sea. Next, sunlight beams across a calm and fertile land.
Eivor? Sigurd?
A war room map.
I give you England.
Megalithic stones.
This land already has many rulers.
Men on a battlefield.
From the cunning King Alfred of Wessex
Alfred faces Eivor.
to the warmongering sons of Ragnar Lothbrok. They have no wish to share the kingdoms they have made their own.
A settlement. Castle, then Stonehenge-like circle of stones.
I do not fear these men,
Vikings storm a beach, then raid a village.
nor any others who would harm us.
At night, Eivor carries a torch through a burning village. For day, he sneaks up behind a guard, then kills him with a hidden blade.
These lands bring our people hope.
A Norse village.
I will do whatever it takes to make England our home.
Outside a great hall, Saxon soldiers gather on a hillside. Next, in the village, the Vikings and soldiers battle. Eivor smashes a soldier with a hammer.
The Saxons hunger for Norse blood.
Vikings tap their shields with their weapons.
Let's give them a taste, brothers.
Eivor impales a man with a spear. A battering ram slams a gate. With a battle axe, Eivor brings the soldier to the ground. Next, the dark-haired man.
These conquests have given you a home, but there is more to this land, Eivor. A darkness unseen, an unknowable threat. One bound to England's destiny.
Vikings and Saxons cross blades. With an axe, a blonde Viking impales a soldier. She faces a warrior-filled courtyard, now overlooking castles and villages across an English countryside.
This is a time of conquest. The age of Vikings.
On a river, long ships travel past ruins visible on shore. The blonde Viking hangs off the stern of a ship.
In Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you play as Eivor, the fierce Viking war chief of the Raven clan.
In a marsh,
Eivor and their kin have forged into England to settle the new frontiers.
a monastery,
But these are dangerous times, and each new landscape contains untold perils
in the marsh, a horned figure.
and mysteries to uncover.
Now, a ship nears docks.
Your saga begins with a simple need:
A settlement.
for a home.
Eivor and another Viking on the docks.
Your Viking settlement is the beating heart of your adventure, and is the intersecting point for many of Valhalla's interwoven storylines.
In a hall, Eivor raises a wooden mug.
Here, you'll get familiar with your clan and begin your journey through England.
Various characters.
At the Alliance map, you'll meet Randvi, the clan's key intel gatherer, and plan your first moves.
A map is rolled open.
Eivor? Sigurd? I give you England and its 4 kingdoms. Mercia, East Anglia, Northumbria, and Wessex.
A cursor navigates the map.
By forging alliances with different territories, the Raven clan will expand their influence, allowing you to grow your settlement and open a wealth of new narrative arcs, missions, activities, and ways to experience the game world.
Let's go. It's time to capture a kingdom.
Eivor rides a galloping horse.
Each of England's kingdoms have many stories to uncover, with their own unique plot lines, casts of characters, and challenges to overcome.
In a church,
Are you Sigurd Drenger?
Eivor,
hanging men are tortured.
keep that up. Stain the floors.
Next, Eivor plunges a hidden blade into a man's neck.
Including assassinating targets, forging allies, and assaulting rivals in large-scale battles.
A flaming longship charges onto shore into a fortress wall. The wall bursts apart in a fiery blaze.
These story arcs explore the themes of honor, glory, leadership, and choice that are central to Eivor's journey. And your pivotal choices will leave long-lasting impacts across the kingdoms.
3 men, 3 possible futures.
Various house banners.
Who will serve us best in a time of true need?
Within the walls of a fortress, Vikings and Saxons battle. Eivor charges forward.
Viking warfare is visceral and brutal. and there are many powerful rivals and enemy types that will stand in your way.
Eivor strangles a burly soldier.
Thankfully, Eivor is equipped with a diverse set of combat skills, including brute strength charging maneuvers, close quarters melee attacks, and explosive two-handed finishes. While range abilities like Man's Best Friend and Poison Powder Trap allow you to flank and interrupt your foes from a distance. Your skills are upgraded through a progression system, which allows you to unlock perks and abilities to suit your style of play. Special abilities are found in books of knowledge, hidden throughout the world, and have their own upgrade tiers that improve their power and effectiveness.
An abilities menu.
As you forge deeper on your journey, your explorations will reward you with exotic gear from the far corners of the world,
Armor and weapons.
further unlocking combat options and dual-wield combinations, including the legendary Excalibur.
Eivor lifts a golden sword with a glowing blade and engraved hilt. Next, a beaming sunrise.
Choice is central to Valhalla's player experience, and that begins with Eivor.
A character menu.
At the start of your adventure, you'll have the opportunity to choose Eivor's gender, and you can seamlessly swap between male and female Eivor at any time during your story.
And so I raise my horn to the Raven clan. The best of friends and fighters.
In a hall, Eivor greets celebrating Vikings.
After a victory, you return home with resources pillaged from your conquests,
In the settlement,
using them to expand your settlement with structures and upgrades. There's a wide variety of structures to build, each with their own unique gameplay systems and perks.
buildings with occupational insignias.
The barracks allow you to elect a Jomsviking, which is a powerful Viking lieutenant, and build a custom crew of raiders to ride with, which are shared with your friends online.
A bald, black-bearded Viking.
Gunnar the blacksmith enhances weapons and gear, and at the tattooist, you'll customize Eivor's look. At the shipyard, Gudrun and Gudmund will customize and improve your longship.
A figurehead selection menu.
And in the Hidden Ones Bureau, you will work from the shadows, embroiling yourself in a mysterious conflict with the Order of the Ancients.
A candlelit crypt.
We have work to do, starting in the cities of England.
A hooded Eivor.
Our task will not be an easy one.
Eivor joins monks approaching a church next to Viking settlement.
These are just a few examples, and there's plenty more fun to be had around your settlement. Drink your weight in ale, play a game of Orlog, or throw a massive Viking feast.
In a hall,
However, growth comes with its own set of dangers, and your settlement will become the target of new enemy factions.
The septic rot has overtaken this shire.
at night in a village, fires burn as Saxons and Vikings clash. Hurling a spear, Eivor impales a Saxon soldier in the chest.
Valhalla's world is built for a wandering spirit. You'll uncover deeper layers to Eivor's own story, in a set of dramatic and intimate narrative through lines.
Eivor at a campfire.
I lost my parents when I was 9 winters along. Without Sigurd, I would have.
A dark-haired man sits across from Eivor.
There is always one unbreakable bond.
Yes.
Player choice is woven through every facet of the game experience, and as you continue to explore, you'll uncover new stories and epiphanies in the most unlikely places.
Drink,
Inside a seer's tent.
if you seek true understanding.
But this world is just the beginning. Valka, the clan seer, will unlock your senses, allowing you to leap beyond. To Asgard, the legendary realm of Norse myth. From Norway to England, to new worlds. Assassin's Creed Valhalla allows you to experience your own elemental Viking saga. The thrill of discovery, the glory of victory, and the light of kinship. A journey beyond kingdoms and into the soul of a warrior.
Eivor stares stoically.
When we were forsaken by starvation and death, the gods showed us a vision of a new life and gave us the power to claim it. Our gods watch as we show them victory.
A Viking longship sails through a snow-covered fjord. In a village, Eivor pulls a Saxon soldier close with a grappling hook.
Eivor.
Eivor decapitates him with an axe.
You gave your people a new home when your motherland turned bare.
Eivor inside a great hall.
You gave the Vikings something to fight for.
During a siege, a battering ram bursts through a gate.
You have tamed these broken kingdoms.
Vikings overlook sprawling wilderness. Eivor rides through megaliths.
But your greatest journey still lies ahead.
Vikings face a burning city. Next, rolling ridges and snow-covered mountains beyond. In a war room.
Let's go. It's time to capture a kingdom.
Eivor battles a mysterious figure who wears furs and a horned skull. On a stormy sea, lightning strikes in front of longships. Next, Vikings charge from the ships as they siege a fortress. With double battle axes, Eivor strikes down a warrior. On a fjord dock, Eivor walks to a ship.
Now go, Eivor.
Northern lights glow.
Claim your place in Valhalla.
A wounded polar bear charges Eivor, who aims a notched bow. With a hidden blade, Eivor pounces on an enemy. On a mountain peak within a blizzard, Eivor faces a massive black wolf with red glowing eyes.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla's ambitious post-launch plan features a season pass that includes 2 massive expansions and a bonus quest. Additionally, all Valhalla players will receive free seasonal content.
This is a plan that has been simmering in the back of our heads for a long time. We want to help you further dive into the Viking fantasy. The first expansion, Wrath of the Druids, will be coming out early spring 2021, and it will take you on a journey to Ireland as you entangle and try to unravel mysteries of an ancient druid cult. Within Wrath of the Druids, you will get to fight the children of Dano cult, to discover who their members are, hunt them down, and fight them. You will get to conquer ring forts and also influence the trading systems of Dublin, which at the time was a bustling trading metropolis. On top of all the majestic locations that the expansion will feature in Ireland, the highlight here really is for the players that are more interested in the Celtic, the Druids, and those darker tones that really add to a mysterious feeling of the expansion. The second expansion, coming out early summer 2021, is probably one of the most recognizable events in Viking history. The Siege of Paris will have you explore war-torn Francia as you encounter historical figures. You will enjoy new, replayable activities where you will battle and raid the elite units of Charles the Fat. Within the Siege of Paris, you will get to infiltrate, create alliances, and try to conquer Paris from within. Both expansions will be included in the Season Pass. If you bought the Gold Edition or the Ultimate Edition, that will be included within it, as well as the bonus mission, The Legend of Beowulf.
3 times these attacks have happened. Bite marks, broken bones, and streaks of mold.
This is not the work of a woodland creature.
No mortal hand could rend flesh in such a way. Surely you see that.
What sort of beast leaves glistening mold over freshly killed prey?
Free seasonal contents are free, accessible to all player content that we're going to deliver throughout the journey of AC Valhalla. Our first free seasonal content will be kicked off by the Yule Festival taking place in the settlement of Eivor. This event will be available to players late 2020. And I would say the most ambitious part of the seasonal content comes with the game modes. Early in the post-launch, we'll release our first game mode, which is the River Raid. River Raid capitalizes on the core fantasy of the raiding mechanic in the main game, injects much more risk and reward within a different context, and also capitalizes a lot on a feature dear to us, which is the Jumps Viking. Players are able to actually hire Jumps Viking from their friends online and take on an entire crew. We plan to have 4 of those free seasonal content injected in the first year. Expect all of them to contain new festivals within the settlement, events, new progression, skills, new gears, new adventures, and gameplay.
Last but not least, it is my pleasure to tell you guys that there will be a discovery tour for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We will reveal more details later, but I am excited to share that, yes, it is happening.
We can't wait for you to experience how this content will evolve the experience and the memorable characters of Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
We just really hope to entertain you as you write your own Viking saga.
Hello, I'm Darby McDevitt, narrative director of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and this is an introduction to Norse mythology. Assassin's Creed Valhalla takes place in an era that marks the gradual transition from the pagan religions of old Europe to modern Christianity. In England, where most of our story is set, the Christian faith has recently gained a firm foothold, but there are still many pagan religions flourishing. Most notable of these is the pantheon of gods worshipped by the Norse people who lived in the regions we now call Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. This eclectic collection of gods includes such figures as Odin, the All-Father and King of all gods, Freya, goddess of love and battle, and Loki, the obstinate trickster. For all the Norse characters in our story, including our protagonist Eivor, these gods and the stories about them constitute a living religion. They offer comfort and wisdom to the men and women who take them seriously. But these were not gods who offered revelation or promised salvation. Similar to the Greco-Roman gods, the Norse gods were not paragons of virtue, nor were they beings to which anyone should aspire, for they were as changeable as the seasons and as unpredictable as the weather. In the Norse conception of reality, the world was broken up into 9 realms, with Asgard being the home of the most important gods. Accessed by a bridge of light known as the Bifrost, Asgard was the site of Odin's Hall of Slain Champions, called Valhall, or Valhalla. This was the final resting place of all warriors who died bravely in battle, weapon in hand, and whose reward it was to remain at Odin's side, drinking and warring until the coming of Ragnarok, the battle at the end of time. As one might expect from a people who valued courage and honor, the Norse approached their gods somewhat bluntly. They did not pray to them asking for redemption, they bargained with them, making sacrifices for a stroke of good fortune. Where virtue and sin and redemption are hallmarks of the Christian faith, for the Norse sensibility, ideas like honor and reputation held much greater sway. But this does not mean that the Norse religion lacked notions of goodness or ethics. Through sources like the poetic Edda, we can find, amid tales of debauchery, deceit, and cruelty, passages of great beauty and common sense. In a poem called the Havamal, ostensibly written by Odin himself, we find this verse: "The unwise man lies awake all night, pondering everything over and over, and when morning comes, his mind is weary, and his burdens have not yet lifted." Wise words from the All-Father, so do as he says and stop your worrying. Get a good night's sleep and rise refreshed, for the gates to Valhalla will soon be open.